Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about disaster management, responding to disasters. In this lesson, we are going to know about to understand how to respond to disaster such as tsunami, earthquake, riot, and fire, and to know about to describe the measures to manage riots disaster. Introduction. Humans have passed down stories through the ages that helped cultures to cope when disaster inevitably struck. These stories were fodder for anthropologists and social scientists, but in the past decade, geologists have begun to pay more attention to how indigenous people understood and prepared for disasters. These stories, which myth in metaphor, could ultimately help scientists prepare for cataclysms to come. In this lesson, you will learn about how to respond to certain disaster to become resilient. A disaster is a serious disruption occurring over a short or long period of time that causes widespread human, material, economic, and environmental loss which exceeds the ability of the affected community or society to cope using its own resources. 90% of all 90% of all deaths caused by hazards occur in developing countries and losses due to natural hazards are 20 times greater in developing countries than in industrialized countries. A disaster is a catastrophe that causes great damage or loss of life and property. A disaster is a catastrophe that causes great damage or loss of life and property. Disaster response. Disaster response is the second phase of the disaster management cycle. It consists of a number of elements, for example, warning or evacuation, search and rescue, providing immediate assistance, assessing damage, conducting assistance, and the immediate restoration or construction of infrastructure. The aim of emergency response is to provide immediate assistance to maintain life, improve health, and support the morale of the affected population. The aim of emergency response is to provide immediate assistance to maintain life, improve health, and support the morale of the affected population. Such assistance may range from providing specific but limited aid, such as assisting refugees with transport, temporary shelter, and food, to establishing semi permanent settlement in camps and the locations. It also may involve initial repairs to damaged or diversion to infrastructure. The focus in the response the focus in the response is on putting people safe, prevent next disaster, and meeting the basic needs of the people until more permanent and sustainable solutions can be found. The main responsibility the main responsibility to address the needs and respond to a disaster lies with the government or government in whose territory the disaster has occurred. The main responsibility to address these needs and respond to a disaster with the government or governments in whose territory the disaster has occurred. In addition, humanitarian organizations are often strongly present in this phase of the disaster. Management cycle, particularly in countries where the government lacks to resources to respond adequately to the needs. Management cycle, particularly in countries where the government lacks the resources to respond adequately the needs. Who are the first responders? No matter how large or small, local communities are expected to provide immediate disaster response. On a daily basis, police officers, firefighters, and emergency medical technicians are a community's first responders, whether during fire, flood, or acts of terrorism. Mental health professionals and the community hospitals may also be activated. Mental health professionals and the community's hospitals may also be activated in those early minutes and hours after disaster. Disaster management includes prevention, migration, preparedness, response, and recovery. Disaster management includes prevention, migration, preparedness, response, and recovery. Disaster management involves all levels of government, non-governmental, and community-based organizations play a vital role in the process. Modern disaster management goes beyond post-disaster assistance. It now includes pre-disaster planning and preparedness activities, organizational planning, training, information management, public relations, and many other fields. Crisis management is important but is only a part of the responsibility of a disaster manager. The traditional approach to disaster management has a number of phased sequences of action or a continuum. These can be represented as a disaster management cycle. We mainly focus on the way how the community should respond to disaster. We mainly focus on the way how the community should respond to disaster. Then, earthquake. Earthquake, any sudden shaking of the ground caused by the passage of seismic waves through its rocks. Earthquake, any sudden shaking of the ground caused by the passage of seismic waves through its rock. Seismic waves are produced when some form of energy stored in its crust is suddenly released, usually when masses of rock straining against one another suddenly fracture and slip. Seismic waves are produced when some one form of energy stored in Earth's crust is suddenly released, usually when masses of rock straining against one another suddenly fracture and slip. Earthquakes occur most often along geologic fault narrow zones where rock masses move in relation to another. Earthquakes occur most often along geological faults narrow zones where rock masses move in relations to one another. The major fault lines of the world are located at the fringes of the huge tectonic plates that make up its crust. The place inside the earth where an earthquake originates in focus. The place inside the earth where an earthquake originates is focus. The point on the earth's surface above the called a focus is called an epicenter. The point on at the earth's surface above the called a focus is called an epicenter. The damage caused by the earthquake is the highest near the epicenter. The damage caused by the earthquake is the highest nearby the epicenter. The earthquake is measured by an instrument called a seismograph. It is recorded in Richter scale. Let us now see how the communities can better respond to earthquakes. Then, what to do during an earthquake? Earthquake is a rapid violent shaking of earth's surface which leads to great destruction. Earthquake is a rapid violent shaking of Earth's surface, which leads to great Earth destruction. These earthquakes are caused by the movement of tectonic plates within the surface of Earth. The tectonic plates are always slowly moving, but they tend to get stuck at their edges due to friction. Be aware that some earthquakes are actually foreshocks and a larger earthquake might occur later. Minimize your movements to a few steps that reach a safe place nearby and stay indoors until the shaking has stopped and you are sure existing is safe. Now, if you are inside of home, what to do? First thing, drop to the ground, take cover by getting under a study table or other piece of furniture and hold on until the shaking stops. If there isn't a table or desk near you, cover your face and head with your arms and crouch in an inside corner of the building. Stay away from glass, windows, outside doors and walls and anything that could fall, such as lighting fixtures or furniture. Stay in bed if you are there when the earthquake strikes. Hold on and protect your head with a pillow unless you are under a heavy light fixture that could fall. In that case, move to the nearest safe place. Do not use doorway except if you know it is a strongly supported load bearing doorway and it also close to you. Many inside doorways are lightly constructed and do not offer protection. Stay inside until the shaking stops and it is safe to go outside. Do not exit a building during the shaking. Research has shown that most injuries occur when people inside building attempt to move to a different location inside the building or try to leave. Do not use the elevators. Be aware that the electricity may go out or the sprinkler system or fire alarms may turn on. If you are outdoors during an earthquake, ensure you do the following. If you are outdoors during an earthquake, stay there. Move away from buildings, street lights, trees and utility wires. And think, once in the open, stay there until the shaking stops. The greatest danger exists directly outside buildings exist and alongside exterior walls. Then, if you are in moving vehicle and earthquake, if you are in a moving vehicle during an earthquake, ensure you do the following. If you are in a moving vehicle during an earthquake, first thing, stop as quickly as safety permits and stay in the vehicle. Avoid stopping near or under buildings, trees, overpasses and utility wires. Second point, proceed cautiously once the earthquake has stopped. Avoid roads, bridges or ramps that might have been damaged by the earthquake. Then tsunami. The term tsunami is borrowing from the Japanese tsunami meaning harbor wave. The term tsunami is a borrowing from the Japanese tsunami meaning harbor wave. A tsunami is a series of waves in a water body caused by the displacement of a large volume of water, generally in an ocean or a large lake. Tsunami can kill or injure people and damage or destroy buildings and infrastructure as waves come forth and recede. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions and other underwater explosions above or below water all have that potential to generate a tsunami. Earthquake, volcanic eruptions, and other underwater explosions above or below water all have the potential to generate a tsunami. Unlike normal ocean waves, which are generated by wind or tides, which are generated by the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun. A tsunami is generated by the displacement of water. A tsunami is generated by the displacement of water. Tsunamis can travel 700 to 800 km per hour with waves 10 to 30 meter high. It causes flooding and disrupts transportation, power, communication, and water supply. How to respond to tsunami? First thing, you should find out if your home, school, workplace, or other frequently visited locations are in tsunami hazard areas along the seashore. Second thing, plan evacuation routes from your home, school, workplace, or any other place you could be where tsunamis poses a risk. Then third thing, use a weather radio or stay tuned to be local radio or television station to keep informed of local watches and warnings. Then fourth thing, discuss tsunamis with your family. Everyone should be aware of what to do when tsunami strikes. Discussing tsunamis ahead of time will help reduce fear and save precious time in an emergency. Review flood safety and precautionary measures with your family. In case you met tsunami, what to do after a tsunami? What to do after a tsunami? First thing, you should continue using a weather radio or staying tuned to a Coast Guard emergency frequency station or a local radio or television station for updated emergency information. Second thing, check yourself for injuries and get first aid if necessary before helping injured or trapped persons. Then third thing, if someone needs to be rescued, call professionals with the right equipment to help. Fourth thing, help people who require special assistance like infants, elderly people, those without transportation, large families who may need additional help in an emergency situation, people with disabilities, and the people who care for them. And fifth one, stay out of a building if water remains around it. Tsunami water, like flood water, can undermine foundations, causing buildings to sink, floors to crack, or walls to collapse. Stay out of a building if water remains around it. Tsunami water, like flood water, can undermine foundations, causing buildings to sink, floors to crack, or walls to collapse. Then sixth thing, check for gas leaks. Check for gas leaks. If you smell gas or hear or blowing or hissing noise, open a window and get everyone outside quickly. Check for gas leaks. If you smell gas or hear a blowing or hissing noise, open a window and get everyone outside quickly. Then Riyadh. A Riyadh is a form of civil disorder commonly characterized by a group lashing out in a violent public disturbance against authority, property, or people. A Riyadh is a form of civil disorder commonly characterized by a group lashing out in a violent public disturbance against authority, property, or people. Riots typically involve destruction of property, public or private. The property targeted varies depending on the riot and the inclinations of those involved. Targets can include shops, cars, restaurants, state-owned institutions, and religious buildings. Riots often occur in reaction to a grievance or out of dissent. Historically, riots have Historically, riots have occurred due to poverty, unemployment, poor living conditions, governmental oppressions, taxation, or conscriptions. Conflict between ethnic thousands of people are killed in riots all over the world each year, and groups or religions the outcome of sporting event or frustration with legal channels through which to air grievances. While individuals may attempt to lead or control a riot, riots typically consist of disorganized groups that are frequently chaotic and exhibit herd behavior. There is growing body of evidence to suggest that riots are not irrational herd-like behavior, but actually follow inverted social norms. These riots erupt from a number of racial, religious, economic, political, or social causes that cannot be predetermined. Predetermined, as per Pew Research Center analysis of 198 countries in April 11, 2015. Syria tops in riot in the world, followed by Nigeria, Iraq, and India. Surviving a riot at travel destination, what to do? First thing, keep abreast of the current news if you are in a volatile area. Keep abreast of the current news if you are in a volatile area. Second thing, if you come across a demonstration, don't become inquisitive. Just leave the area and find another route to your intended destination. And third thing and final thing, avoid any place where police or security forces action is in progress. Avoid any place where police or security forces action is in progress. Suppose if you catch in a riot, what to do? First thing, if you find yourself caught up in a protest or riot, keep to the edge of the crowd where it is safest. Try not to be identified as one of the demonstrators by keeping well away from the leaders' agitators. Second thing, at the first opportunity, break away and seek refuge in a nearby building or find a suitable doorway or alley and stay there until the crowd passes. Then third thing, when leaving the fringe of the demonstration, just walk away, don't run, as this will draw attention to you. Then, in the event that you are arrested by the police or military, do not resist. Resist means உங்களோட சண்டை எதிர்வாதம் பண்ணாமல் இருக்கிறது. Go along peacefully and contact your law advisor to help you resolve your predicament. In the event that you are arrested by the police or military, do not resist. Go along peacefully and contact your law advisor to help you resolve your predicament. If you are caught up in the crowd, stay clear of glass shop fronts, stay on your feet and move with the flow. If you are swept along the crush, create a space for yourself by grasping your wrist and bracing your elbows away from your sides. Bend over slightly, this should allow you breathing room. If pushed to the ground, try to get against a wall and roll yourself into a tight ball and cover your head with your hands until the crowd passes. Remember to calm the crowd should be swept past in a short space of time. If shooting breaks out, drop to the ground and cover your hand and neck and lie as flat as you can. Then fire. Wildfires occur when vegetated areas are set alight and are particularly common during hot and dry periods. Wildfires occur when vegetated areas are set alight and are particularly common during hot and dry periods. They can occur in forest, grassland, bush, and deserts, and with blowing wind can spread rapidly. Fires can lead to the destruction of buildings, wooden bridges and poles, power transmission and telecommunications lines, warehouses containing oil products and other fuel. It causes injury to people and animals. The most common causes of fires are lightning strikes, sparks during arid conditions, eruption of volcanoes, and man-made fires arising from deliberate arson or accidents. A side effect of wildfires, which also threatens inhabited areas, is smoke. A side effect of wildfires, which also threatens inhabited areas, is smoke. Fires create large quantities of smoke which can be spread far by wind and poses a respiratory hazard. On an average in India, every year about 25,000 persons die due to fires and related causes. Female accounts for about 66% of those killed in fire accidents. Female accounts for about 66% of those killed in fire accidents. It is estimated that about 42 females and 21 males die every day in India due to fire. During fire safety, what to do and don'ts. First thing, do what to do. First one, escape first, then call for help. Escape first, then call for help. Then, second thing, develop a home fire escape plan and designate a meeting place outside. Third thing, make sure everyone in the family knows two ways to escape from every room. Make sure everyone in the family knows two ways to escape from every room. Then plan to exit from the room or home. Plan to exit from the room or home. Then practice feeling your way out with your eyes closed. Practice feeling your way out with your eyes closed. Then remember to practice a home escape plan frequently with your family. And keep escape routes clear. Keep escape routes clear. Then eighth thing, when you come to a closed door, use the back of your hand to feel the top of the door, the door knob, and the crack between the door and door frame to make sure that fire is not on the other side. If it feels hard, use your secondary escape route. Even if the door feels cool, open it carefully. Brace your shoulder against the door and open it slowly. If heat and smoke come in, slam the door and make sure it is securely closed, then use your alternate escape route. Look for gasoline liquids like gasoline, lighter fluid, and paint thinner that may have spilled. Thoroughly clean the spill and place containers in a well ventilated area. Then keep compostile liquids away from heat sources. Then if your home has sustained flood or water damage and you can safely get to the main breaker or fuse box, turn off the power. Then assume all wires on the ground are electrically charged. This includes cable TV feeds. Use the appropriate sized and type power cords to carry the electric load. Overloaded cords can overheat and cause fires. Then have a licensed electrician check your home for damage. Before turning the gas back on, have the gas system checked by a professional. And don't. First thing, never stand up in a fire, always crawl low under the smoke and try to keep your mouth covered. Never return to a burning buildings for any reason. It may cost you your life. Then never go back into a burning buildings for any reason. Teach children not to hide from firefighters. Teach you, teach you, teach children not to hide from firefighters. If someone is missing, tell the firefighters they are equipped to perform rescue safely. Then do not secure open fire smoke. Check door open as they limit the spread of fire smoke when it closed position. Never run cots under rugs and carpets while heat might build up or damage to a cord may go unnoticed. Never overload electrical circuits by using multi-plug. Never overload electrical circuits by using multi-plug. Do not forget to turn off gas cylinder before going to bed. Do not forget to turn off gas cylinder before going to bed. Do not park your vehicle or store any item to obstruct the access to firefighting facilities provided in your premises. Then do not tamper with firefighting equipment in your premises. And final thing, do not ever hesitate to call the fire service in times of emergency, however minor that may be. Do not ever hesitate to call the fire service in times of emergency, however minor that may be. Thank you, students. Thank you for watching the video.